All right. Thank you so much for staying with us till this time. It's just 10 minutes, 10 minutes now past the hour of 8. Thank you so much for staying with Church of Uganda Family TV. This is Morning Glory. Now, today, if you've been with us since we started, in Talk of the Town, we're talking about rejection, overcoming rejection, how to deal with rejection, and whatnot. And today with me, I have Mr. Dritibi. I need to ask him if he's from this country because his names are very interesting. Mr. Dritibi Daniel. He's a teacher. He's an inspirational speaker. He's a pastor, but he's also an author. An author of this very interesting book. We'll be delving into it later on. But yes, overcome rejection. No impossible. Never. Turn your greatest dreams into reality. He needs to leave some here so that we catch up. For some of us who have been rejected before. But should I call you Mr. Pastor? I don't know where to start from.
Mr. is okay, wherever.
Mr. Daniel, first of all, are you from this country? These names, I've never heard them before.
Yeah, good morning, viewers. Daniel Dritibi is my name. I'm from Uganda. I'm a Ugandan.
Okay.
And I'm gladly born from West Nile.
West Nile.
So I'm a Westerner from the north. So because everyone from the west is
a Westerner.
But
yes.
for me, I'm a Westerner from the north because I'm from West Nile.
All right.
From the district of Arua.
Yeah.
And that's where I was born from. And I'm glad that we are here today.
All right. Mr. Daniel, rejection.
Yes.
I believe it's a topic you're very passionate about.
Very.
And why? Why rejection? Why are you very passionate about it? What's your story?
Well, I'm passionate about rejection because I've seen how rejection has claimed so many lives. We go through life in different spheres.
Yeah.
And you realize that sometimes the words that people normally give us, especially those who reject us in our family, from home, our own parents, our siblings, our grandparents, our relatives, and then at school, our teachers, our schoolmates. Then you go to work, the workmates. You try to date somebody. The person tells you, no.
Person tells you, no.
You know, and then those things build emotional pain, emotional wounds. And it is out of those feelings that people make choices.
Okay.
You make choice according to how you feel. And your feeling determines the choices you make. And sadly, most people have made the wrong choices of either committing suicide because of the pains of rejection.
Yeah.
Many have been in mental breakdowns. We have so many street children and street adults in Kampala because they have nowhere they can belong to, and they have no belonging.
They're rejected every single day.
So they feel abandoned. Of course, it all comes from the feeling of abandonment. You feel abandoned, isolated, not loved, not liked. So you realize that those moments, those feelings put people to a place of hopelessness, puts people to a place of desperation. And out of desperation, anybody can do anything. And looking at the statistics that we have, we are seeing suicide on the rise. And if you check why, most times it is because of the pains of rejection.
That's true.
It is how people have failed to cope up well with rejection. That's why I chose to come up to be able to be a voice. Because personally, I've been there myself.
Okay.
I've been through rejection myself from a family. The stories are in
the book.
I've been there myself. When it comes to marriage, first of all, I don't know how many I might have told you no, especially ladies. But for me, I had to go through 8 heartbreaks before getting married.
Are you serious? 8?
And those 8, among the 8 are without those who fired me before I proposed, and also those who told me they are thinking about it, and until tomorrow, there is no answer. And I'm grateful to that.
Yeah.
But how many people, just after one guy telling you a no, you end up your life?
Yeah. Those are also many.
Many. So that's why I'm like, no, you know what? I think I need to speak up.
Yeah.
Even at work, I've been in a place where even fellow staff mobilizing the entire community to rise up against me.
Yeah.
Because they didn't like me. Like I was telling you here that some people look at my name. What's your name? Where is this name from?
Yeah.
Others can reject. So we can see that a lot of things are happening at places of work. a lot of things are happening in homes and families. A lot of things are happening in marriages.
Yeah.
There is a lot of crime. There is a lot of divorce and separation. There is a lot of suicidal thoughts that are going through that right now, and a lot of negative impacts that will maybe be able to break. So that's why I'm like, no, I think if I can speak up, maybe my story can be an inspiration. An inspiration. If after 8 heartbreaks, I'm a married man, happily married now. If then, I'd maybe given up on the first date that didn't work. By the way, these 8 are not just those ones where you said, let my friends not know about it. Yeah. These are relationships that family even knows about. Yeah. Hey. You even introduce, you visit, let people know, so and so is the one, and then before you know you're rejected. Boom, things come up.
You talk about turning your greatest dreams into reality. Is this? I don't know if we'll talk about, if you'll talk about it later on, but I was thinking, why or how do you turn these dreams into reality after rejection? I was talking with Brenda here before, and you were saying, no, you revamp yourself. But when
that's why I want to talk about the revamping today.
but when you, Mr. Daniel, the truth is, when you're in that moment, when you're in that place where you've proposed to a one Brenda said no, you're thinking, man, I invested my everything. I probably bought her a Range Rover or whatever, and you're thinking, why then should I move on? So is the revamping as easy as it seems, or it's? I want to think it's harder, but what's your experience like? Or
one thing I want to appreciate is when you see a path, that means somebody has passed through it. So it becomes easier for you to maneuver through. Yeah. The revamping is a process. Okay. When I say turn your greatest dreams into reality, I mean every one of us, we have dreams. Yeah. All of us. There are things that we wanted to become. There are things we wanted to be. But then even I'm sure at school, your teachers influenced your choices of who to become. Yeah. Not based on your ability, but based on what they think you actually are. Yeah. Okay, so there are dreams that everyone has, but then you got this person say, I want to do this. They tell you, no, you can't. It is impossible. Yeah. These 4 words are very critical words that I've been through many times.
No, impossible.
Impossible.
Never.
Never. Ha.
Ha. Just ha.
Yeah. And I'm sure there are moments in your life where you really had the dreams of some things, but then somebody comes up and says, no, you can't. Yeah. Because they doubt your ability of doing it. Yes. Even today, there are people who don't believe that I can actually be here today. Okay? Because they doubted my ability while growing up.
You tell them, hey, I want to go on TV. They're like, ha.
How can you go?
Yeah, that coward, ha. No. Yeah.
And everyone out there has dreams. We have dreams. And my prayer is that every dream will come to pass. Yeah. Don't let the rejection, don't let the people's opinion about who you are influence the thinking of who you think you are. Yeah. 2 things I want to say. You talked about that bit of revamping, how easy it is. It is a hard thing, but at the same time, it is easy. Okay. Now, you see, all along, it is about information. Because it's what you know. The truth you know is what sets you free. Yeah. I did know that a coin has 3 sides.
It has 3 sides.
I did know that. That a coin has 3 sides. I only knew that a coin had 2 sides. Yeah. And that is where the problem was in dealing with the rejections. Because if you look at a coin having 2 sides, then it is when you're looking at this side, you're only seeing the coat of arm. Okay? Here you're seeing the coat of arm. Yeah. You don't see the what?
You don't see the crested crane.
Yeah, exactly. But for you to be able to see both sides, to be able to appreciate, you need to be at the edge, which is the third side.
Which is the third side.
So getting on the edge will give you a better perspective of both sides. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to get married. Personally, I wanted to get married at the age of 25. Personally. Yeah. Because my thought was by 50 I should have a 25-year-old son or girl, so that I don't want to be in speech days when I'm 60.
When you're 60 and they are calling you for nursery things.
For nursery things. Hey. But I ended up wedding at the age of 33.
Wow.
So it has been a process. But by the time I got to a place of saying, you know what, my dreams should come to pass, it was at the time when I had to go to the edge to be able to see both sides.
Yeah.
So that your perspective on rejection determines whether you will take the wrong choice or you will take the right choice.
Yeah.
I know rejection has impacted many of us to become who we are now. But rejection has also turned other people to become something else. They have become late now. So and so passed on or committed suicide. Sadly, in our African context, when somebody commits suicide, we cane them before we bury them. But caning doesn't help. Caning a dead body doesn't help. But helping somebody who is about to commit suicide, I think, helps.
Yeah.
So that they're able to achieve their dreams. So for me, that was the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Rejection. You brought very interesting illustrations here.
Yeah.
And I want to think that they are as if the impacts of rejection, what rejection eventually gets you to.
Yeah.
I want you to, maybe guys might not know, because sometimes I think it's you remember how in like primary we used to study about the, were they 8, 9 killer diseases or the silent diseases, something like that, the ones that would kill you slowly by slowly without you knowing that you're even sick. And I think rejection is one of those things.
Actually, for me, rejection has been a killer, a serial killer disease. And if you can see there on the cover of the book, I have it there.
Where?
Here.
This side. Rejection is killing more youth and adults and their dreams today more than any virus, even more than COVID.
Exactly.
Hey,
let me give you a simple statistics. Last year alone, when COVID struck and we went into lockdown here in Uganda, between July to August, we had 4 people burn themselves. That is suicide. The number of people who committed suicide by then, between August last year, July to August last year, because during the time of COVID and the suicidal things that happened, the domestic violence that happened because of the abandonments and stuff, the cases were more than the people who died of COVID last year. If you check the police report and look at the statistics of people who died of COVID last year, COVID, the numbers were fewer.
Vis-a-vis the
people who died
because of suicide,
of the effect of rejections, because of the effect of the abandonment, because of the pains of hopelessness. There were more. That's why I'm like, you know what? I think rejection is a serial killer more than any virus else. Because every day we go through it in our various homes. That explains why we have so many people in the streets having nowhere to be. And a lot of things happening. So looking at life, journey of life, you know, we have, every one of us can remember this period of time.
Yeah, we were young.
When we were young, everything was okay, you know. We were happy. You are born, you are innocent, nothing happened.
Yes.
And everything is moving on well, you know. But then what happens is, as this journey is moving, as this journey is on, you realize that before you know it,
hold for you this one.
Rejection strikes. You begin to feel the rejections. And before you know it, as time goes,
they start telling you no.
Rejection pushes you to decide. Instead of enjoying life to its fullness, you will be in this kind of prison.
Because of
there is no way. I have never seen a guy who has been rejected or fired and is happy and enjoying himself. I've never seen one. Instead, the pain locks you up. You get self-imprisoned. That even explains why right now there are so many people who have self-imprisoned themselves. They no longer have friends. From work, home. From home, back to work. They don't have people around them. They don't have social network. They don't trust people again. Why? They feel they will be the same. They will be hurt again. There are people who are in self-imprisonment, that they are not eating well, not because they don't have the money, but because they feel there is no appetite. Why should I eat? What for? What is the use? Now they have introduced themselves to, they have opened themselves to sicknesses, ulcers, and any other disease that comes because of poor eating habits and stuff. Not only here, spiritually, people are under attacks because of the rejections, because of the things. Bondages are here. Before you know it, if a girl fired you because you are poor, chances are you will want to prove a point. You'll want to borrow money and then buy a machine.
Show
so
the girl
that you can show them
that yeah,
Okuruma
you reject me.
how dare you? You just want to do that to show off.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, you borrow the money.
And then you're now struggling with a good debt.
You are struggling now with the debts. COVID has hit.
Yeah.
People are in lockdown. The businesses are
shut
struggling.
down.
And maybe even you have been fired from work.
Yeah.
So you can see how that pressure is coming back on you because of the impact of rejection. Yeah. And what also happens here is we get to a place of confusion. We don't know what next. And this is the worst part of being now. The road is blocked. There is a stumbling block. And here now you have these deadly animals. Okay? You have... avoiding any of this is really by the mercy of God. And this is a place of hopelessness. This is a state where if you're not very careful and you don't have a support system, this is where people commit suicide.
What do the deadly animals represent?
You have all you see is hopelessness. You just that you are dead.
Yeah.
Nothing can happen now here to you. Because where you thought you are going is no longer possible. Yeah. But all here, all you are seeing is my life is over.
My life is over. All these things are happening.
If
the debts are coming in.
The debts are coming in. This is happening.
The girl has still said
this
no.
This is happening to me.
Yeah.
The girl was moved away, and you are stranded.
Yeah.
All you are seeing is a snake is biting you. Instead of lion eating you up, so that you're not buried. Yeah. Oh, why? Let me at least die and I am buried. Yeah. That even explains why most people I've seen most people who have committed suicide and they leave the suicide note. Their request is they should be buried well. Yeah, everyone wants to be buried well. Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, this state is the worst to be in. And if you survive suicide here, then you end up either in any of these corners.
As if escape routes.
As an escape
As an route. Escape, yeah.
That explains why we have so many in drugs now. That explains why we have serial womanizers. Even when they're very old, they don't respect the age anymore. Yeah. Because they thought they will marry, but now they can't marry, so they now go for any young girl available in the streets. Yeah. You know, we have so many armed robbers now because work has failed, jobs are not there. Yeah. So you feel I must survive.
Alcohol, so you think,
drugs. You know, at the end of the day, but all these things lead only to one thing: death.
Okay.
They only lead to one thing: death.
Eish.
But I don't think that this is the best place for every one of us. I don't think so. Okay. This is not a very good place for all of us. Yeah. Because of the pains of the rejections we go through. Yes. But why am I here today? Hope is available. You see, the same place where you saw hopelessness is the same place which is here right now. Hope is available. Yeah. Help is available. Yeah. So killing yourself because of hopelessness doesn't help you. Just speaking up helps. Yeah. So that you can be helped. So help is available. Helped. Much as now we say, I don't trust people anymore. Yeah. I cannot. You know, it is because of the mindset. I like what the young lady said. Yeah. What she said. Yeah. Revamping is the idea. You know, revamping comes when you get the right mind. When you get the right mindset. Yeah. And that is maybe something that we can discuss on, because there are so many ways of overcoming, there are so many ways of dealing, but we need to first of all understand, by the time we are dealing with this, what are we dealing with? What is the source of this rejection? Yeah. Where is it coming from? What is my contribution to it? I know there are those things that we contribute to, and then there are those things we don't contribute to. Okay? Yeah. For example, our contributions come in 3 ways. Number 1, our negative, bad behaviors. Bad behaviors. Bad character. Yeah. No one wants to associate with a bad character. So as long as you have a bad character, which I broke down what it means, definitely you will be rejected. Number 2, rebellion.
If you're a rebellious
there person. Are people who are just naturally, they just want to be rebellious. Even if there is nothing to cause alarm for, they just want to be rebellious. That one also attracts rejection.
Okay.
Number 3, the negative personality traits. All of us, we have strengths and weaknesses. But then sometimes our weaknesses outshine our strengths. Okay, so if such things happen, then you will be able to know, is it my personality trait, is it this, is it that, then you deal with it. Now there are things that you don't have any clue about, you have no issue on, but then it comes. Boom. Number 1, you didn't choose to be the way you are. Okay, and I'm sure you've heard of people who say, I will never marry a short girl. Being short, you didn't choose to be short or tall or thin or whatever. You didn't choose. It is just your physical appearance. So your physical stature can attract a rejection. You didn't have anything to do with it, but it can come. Number 2, your tribe. The people who have a tribe, they read my name. This name is from where? What a name.
That we won't give you this job.
We won't give you. Tribal. Even right now, I'm sure in your family you have been warned about some tribes. Never bring this kind of tribe here.
That's true.
Because of some events that happened during the 1900 Buganda Agreement. We are in 2021. Years have passed, seasons have passed, over 100 years. But people still stick to those things of the 1900 Buganda Agreement time, the things of Stone Age period. Even when things have shifted. So somebody can, which tribe? No, you're not marrying that tribe. Which tribe? You are not employing that kind of person. Which tribe? No. Okay, tribe. Number 3, race. The skin color. One time I was told, we went to visit, then they told me, it's going to rain. I didn't understand. So
what did they mean?
When we left, they told me that what they were meaning is you are too dark as a cloud that brings rain. That it was shining, you know. So my reason came that I was too dark.
Oh wow, thanks.
And this was a family of people who were light skinned. You know? So your color. J.J. Okocha said it that when he first went to Germany to play football. He didn't know he was black until he went to Germany.
He realized he's
That's
black.
when everyone was talking about him being a black, being a monkey, being what, abusing him and making him feel out of place. But then he had to use what I'm going to share. What can I do? So he used his skill of football. And he dribbled those guys until they ate grass. And what happened? Right now, if you check in the German Bundesliga, J.J. Okocha from Nigeria has been installed as one of the famous footballers in Germany. He went from being a monkey.
He revamped himself.
And became somebody who is still talked about even up to it now. Okay, so a lot of things can happen there. So understand it's the generational. Is it a generational thing? That explains why you have heard of people who say, in our place we don't do this. In our place we don't marry. We just produce children. We don't build good houses. Whoever does that dies. Whoever does this does not live. So there is that generational curse, I may call it. Okay. So many sources where reasons can come, but then understanding it will help you deal with it properly.
All right, Daniel, we're going to go for a very, very, very short break, and when we come back, we'll be dealing with. So you talked about how we have in the book also. You talk about various aspects of our lives: spiritual, financial, physical, and mental, all these things, emotional. And we'll be dealing with those ones, just small, just telling us spiritual, this is the way to overcome it, and this is what it means and whatnot. But we're going to go for a very, very short break, and when we come back, we'll be continuing with Mr. Daniel Dritibi. Have I pronounced it well?
Yeah.
Dritibi, yes. Dritibi, actually, yes. And we'll be dealing again and continuing the conversation on rejection. Do not go anywhere. This is Family TV.
Brethren, yes we can. We can clear the debt of church house. And I want to invite you to give generously to the love gift. May God bless you as you give.
omusawo ye yasoma eddagala n'ebyobujjanjabi n'ebyemibiri gyaffe era y'ensonga lwaki nagenda ne bangema kubanga abasawo batugamba bagende batugeme. Minisitule y'ebyobulamu yatugamba, ekitongole ky'ensi yonna ekikola ku byobulamu World Health Organization kyatugamba, abakulembeze bakitugambye, Ssaabasajja Kabaka yakitugamba, President akitugambye, bakulembeze b'eddiini bakitugambye. Nange ndi wano ndi mukulembeze nkigamba abantu, kale nnyina okukola ekyo nange kye ŋŋamba abantu kyebaava bangema.
Weewala okukwatibwa akawuka ka COVID-19 ng'okola bino wammanga, naaba mu ngalo ne sabbuuni, yambala masiki yo, teekawo akabanga wakati wo n'abakuliraanye, weewala omujjuzo, sigala ewaka, weewala okukwata mu ngalo wamu n'okwegwa mu bifuba, genda bakugeme.
Right, yes, this is Church of Uganda Family TV, and the conversation continues. I know most of you are thinking, yeah, the conversation needs to continue. We need to know rejection, how do we deal with it, and how do we overcome it. If you've just joined us today, I'm joined with Mr. Dritibi, Daniel, who is an author, inspirational speaker, teacher, and many things that he does. And he's joining us today about his book here, Overcome Rejection. And we're talking about rejection. How do we overcome it? How do we move on? What does it cause? I've just found out that rejection can actually lead to death. Very, very interesting and very sad statistics there. But Mr. Daniel, again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yes, I want us to now as if zoom into different areas of our lives where we have experienced rejection. In the book, you discuss all these areas. You discuss socially, financial, emotional, spiritual, mental, and I want us for you to just snippets of all those parts, and particularly if you reach, I don't know where relationships fall, either in social or mental.
All of them.
Yeah, but yes,
it actually cuts across.
It cuts across.
Yeah.
Yes, and maybe specifying particularly on relationships, because that's where I want to think most rejections come from. Our relationships with our wives, with our families, with our workmates. The relationships. The reason I feel rejection is because I have a relationship with you, Daniel, and you're my friend, and you come to me and you're like, no, Byron, I don't want you to be my friend because either of no, it's impossible. You
never
will
come back.
Never come back. Never call me
again.
again.
Over.
It's done. Rejection. Yes.
Yeah.
Delve into
all right.
it.
Let me pick it from the broader perspective of the whole side of relationships. I discovered that I struggled in my relationships. At all fronts, because of the spiritual background.
Okay.
This may sound funny, but dealing with that takes one person to be able to deal with the foundational issues that controls the family.
Yeah. My
dad is a reverend, and he just retired last year from West Nile. And by the time he decided to get born again, our family's foundational issues were based on two things: polygamy, polygamy, and subsistence farming. Without education, without anything else. So as long as you are reaching 13, 14, 15, you are a girl, you must get married.
You must get married.
If you're a boy, you must begin to produce. And the approach is, we talk about family planning, which is about child spacing. For our people then, child spacing was about spacing children in different places. So that you can have one decent, you have one in Mbarara, you have one in Masaka, so that you can have many children. Because naturally, by then, our people were fighters. Okay, even up to now. But then, though the wars have reduced, but these are guys who used to fight with the bows and arrows. That's why if you check around, most security guards who are using bows and arrows are from our ends, because they know how to work it well. Now you realize that because of that, every family was encouraged to have many children, to grow the army base when it comes to during the time of wars, where people are going to, where clans are going to fight. Using bows and arrows and spears. So when my dad refused, because growing up in a family where you have an old man who has his 13 wives is not a joke.
13 wives.
And these are the official wives, without those ones out who didn't come home. So everything, even when I was growing up, because I grew up fully in the village, I was even told, you need to produce early, you need to do things when you're still young, fire, you need to, not having a girlfriend in P6 is a crime. And even going up to P7 is not allowed. As a matter of fact, education wasn't valued, Christianity wasn't valued, everything was about polygamy and producing to whom it may concern. Even if you don't raise them, just produce and bring the children home. Now, that has been the thing that controls. So you see that dealing with that became... So when I came up to say, you know what, I should be able to break this, I should be able to wed and marry, it became an abomination. Okay? Because of the spiritual background.
How you grew up.
How I grew up. Now, every family has a backbone where they lean to. Every home. There are families where rituals are performed even till now. And these rituals are to reinforce the decrees. Okay? Now, when you get to the Bible and you read the story of 1 Kings, chapter 2, the story of Shimei, from verses 36 and onwards, it is the same thing. Where Shimei was told by King Solomon, build your house here, don't go anywhere. The day you move out, you are a dead man. So many people have been confined spiritually by decrees and the agreements and the covenants where they are not supposed to break any boundary. So they are supposed to be living in a confined, specified place. Okay? So dealing with that takes place. You only need to get to a place where you break that kind of old covenants, the decrees that were there, that has been controlling the family. Spiritually, you can't fight a spiritual battle with the carnal weapons. Okay, so when I go to understand this, I'm like, you know what, I'm a Christian. So some of those things will not. I need to deal with them. So it took me time to deal with those foundational issues, to break them through prayer, through fasting, through believing the word of God for what it is. So that is how I was able to deal with those foundational issues, and it's from there that I got the breakthroughs. To give you a simple thing here, I have people, because our great-grandfather, even after our grandfather, had decreed none of his children should leave West Nile. None of the offspring should leave West Nile.
They should stay there.
Stay there. Many of my people who have tried to escape Arua to come to Kampala, when they reached Kampala, they fell sick mysteriously. They were taken to the hospitals, they were checked, nothing was wrong, but they were deteriorating every other day. They were getting ill every other day. So they were advised, you know what, instead of transporting a dead body from Kampala to Arua, it is expensive. Get this guy to the bus, take him back, let him die from Arua. Guess what? On reaching Pakwach, the guys began lifting the head. Reaching Arua,
he was okay.
They came out of the bus themselves and walked home. Okay? And when I go to hear that, those stories, that's when I began to dissociate myself from those decrees. I began to pray against those decrees.
Yeah.
That is how I was able to break those decrees and the covenants. I've been in Kampala, I've been in Masaka for the last 11 years. I'm okay, not
good.
falling sick.
Yeah.
You know, things have begun falling in a place. Why? I was able to deal with those foundational issues.
So people should go back and deal with them.
What are some of those things that are controlling your family? Dig deep down. Chances are, if you're out there, for example, if your grandmother was a single parent, your mother became a single parent, chances are you are the next one. Because it becomes generational, it begins flowing.
Yeah.
There are families where debts become generational. The great-grandparents left debts to the children left debts to the children, and it is continuing.
Yeah.
Instead of leaving wills, they're leaving bills.
Yeah.
There are families where alcohol has become the order of the day. Okay? So alcohol controls the family. So if you don't drink, you are opposed and you are rejected.
Yeah.
Just because that has been the norm. So dig deep down in your family tree. What are those things that are controlling your family? Yeah. What covenants are controlling the family? What agreements were made?
From the financial point, from the spiritual, from
looking at
social,
marriages. How
emotional.
are marriages in your family? Chances are, most of the girls are single mothers, or they come back home, or the marriages are just for convenience.
Yeah.
So when you check those details, you'll be able to break and deal with them spiritually. Well, now coming to socially, there are so many things that are there under social. Let me just pick one. The issue of responding is crucial in dealing with
responding to
rejection.
Okay.
Now, many people react to rejection. Let me just
reacting and responding are two different things.
Different things. Have you ever gone for a meeting, and in this meeting, then there was an item on the agenda, reactions. How has been the tension in that room?
Yeah.
When people come for reactions, they come to react. They come
to really
and
react.
The result of reaction is negative. But when you respond, the outcome is positive.
Yeah.
Let me just read. Maybe we can just look at this. I just want to give this simple example.
Sure thing.
Imagine a young man in a relationship with a lady ready to marry, being rejected by the fiancé, and she goes for another man. Okay? It is common for such a young man to react to the situation either by, one, committing suicide, two, murdering the lady and the new man, and also killing himself, three, hatred towards the lady, four, insults and blackmailing the lady, five, getting into another relationship just to prove that he is very hot and hasn't lost anything.
Yeah. Trying to prove that, I'm fine, I'm okay without you.
Actually gets a hotter babe. To just
to counter what the fiancé did.
Or goes into excessive drinking.
Yeah.
Or drug abuse of all kinds.
Yes.
Because the young man is reacting. But then all of these reactions lead this young man to hurt himself more instead of offering solution to the situation. But now let's see when this young man responds. In the case of the young man who was rejected above, the best course of action when he's responding is, number one, he will begin to analyze what is the root cause of the rejection. What has caused this?
Yeah.
Number two, find out if he contributed to the rejection. Number three, make effort to change the negative contributions that might have led to the rejection.
Yeah.
Number four, if he didn't contribute to it, then maybe they were not meant to be. And then, if it is a spiritual issue, then he deals with it through prayer. Okay? So, when you respond, you become analytical. You are analyzing this thing. What has caused this?
Yeah.
Is it my contribution? Did I do anything wrong?
Yeah.
How can I change this? How can I change the affairs? What can I do next? How can I make it better?
Yeah.
Next time. So that if Jenny goes, you don't say, I will never marry again.
Never.
I will never marry again. I will never date another person again. It is only son. I will never do this again. Okay, if she has gone, she has gone.
Yeah.
It takes back to the coin the perspective.
Respond, don't react.
Respond, don't react.
Don't react. That's a very interesting.
Okay. Now,
way.
financially, there are only two things that you can do.
Okay.
Work smart.
All right. Not hard.
No, there is a confusion I want to bring out here. Normally, people say you need to work hard, and people look at hard work as hard labor. Okay?
Yeah.
You will hear ladies say, I want a hard-working young man, but they will reject and deny any approaches from bricklayers.
And
yet
builders,
the bricklayer and the builder is a hard worker, works the whole day under the sun.
They prefer the guy who sits in an office AC.
Okay.
And now, what hard work is that?
Now, it is about working smart. Now, when you work smart, this is the thing. You analyze the idea of what you're working on. Then you look at, okay, what 20% effort do I need to get 80% result? Otherwise, if you're working hard, you may do 80% of the work and then 20% of the result.
Yeah.
Then you choose for yourself. Which one works?
Yeah. So
do you need to work smart, or you need to have a hard labor? You know, I like this word. People normally say you need to be a hustler, hustle. But then at the end of the day, okay, are you working smart, or you're just working?
Or you're just working. You are just
on a hard labor.
Yeah.
That the second bit is growing your gift and your talent.
Yeah.
When you grow your gift, even if you are very ugly to the people, if you grow your gift and you are gifted in something and you grow it, you improve on it, and
you gave the example of JJ Okocha.
JJ Okocha.
Yeah.
You are paid a lot of money just for your talent to play, or maybe to sing, or maybe to paint.
So that he changed his. Because of his talent, because he recognized
of the talent,
even though they called him black monkey words.
Yeah, you grow your talent.
He moved on.
With that talent comes huge incomes. Of course, if you are broke, no one wants to be near you.
Yeah.
As long as you have some cash.
Yeah.
Even if you're not good looking.
Yeah.
Even if you are the celebrity of today.
Yeah.
You will always get the hottest babes in town. You know. So that is financial.
Yes.
Mentally, you need to invest in yourself, invest in the mind.
Yeah.
Invest in your mind.
By Mr. Daniel's book, Invest in the Mind.
When you invest in when the problem we have, people look at investments that are physical, where somebody can see. But the best investment is the investment in the mind.
Yeah.
That's why Bible talks about the renewal of the mind.
Yeah. Continue.
That is what we will deal with last, I think.
Yeah.
Let me leave it for last.
In fact,
because it is
it should be like the next thing.
Now, emotionally, I want you to forgive yourself.
Okay.
Forgive yourself and others. Now, when you look at that book there, I intentionally put that forgive yourself and others. I began with yourself because you can't forgive others unless you have forgiven yourself.
Yeah.
It was my fault. I wish I did not tell this guy a yes. I wish I did not even go, first of all. I wish I did not do this. You blame yourself to a place where you see there is nothing good that can come from you.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you forgive yourself, then you let go. That's when you can raise yourself out again. Forgive yourself. Forgive those who have hurt you. Of course, there is some simple assignment there of dealing with that, so that you're able to forgive yourself.
You're able to know and
because if you don't forgive yourself, the pains, the belittling, the words, the hurtful things that were spoken by somebody to you, or even by your own self, they overweigh you. That explains why you can be in a place, before you know it, you just break down, you just begin to cry.
Because of those things.
Because of the emotional pain that are happening.
Mr. Daniel, we're running out of time, but I wanted us to deal with way forward. How then do we move on?
Way forward.
From this?
There are things we use on daily basis. Okay? We use things on daily basis. I want to use things that we use on daily basis.
Yes.
Every one of us will use a toothbrush every day. Okay? We use a toothbrush every day. Every one of us will use a soap on daily basis.
Yeah.
That's why I carried one here also. And all of us will use pens at least every day to write some things.
Yeah.
Now, I want to use this thing that we use on daily basis to demonstrate.
You also had a key?
I also had a key. we use the keys also as well. On daily basis. There are things that we use on daily basis.
Yes.
But then I want to, for now, use these 3. Now, looking at the 3, let me give you this one, number 1. Let me give you this as number 2. Let me give this as number 3.
Okay.
This is now going to deal with mentally, how to deal with rejection. And this one will deliver, this is what delivered me completely.
Okay.
Looking at number 1, if this, we are using this on daily basis as number 1, this number 1 represents our past.
Okay.
This number 2, let me use it to represent our present. This number 3 is to represent our future.
Okay.
Now, what happened in the past is this. We quickly remember the things of the past. And because we have this, these are now the mindsets we have on daily basis. The mindset of the past, the mindset of the present, the mindset of the future. Now, on the mindset of the past, we quickly remember the things that didn't work. I've tried many times, things didn't work. Everywhere it was like MTN. Everywhere I went, rejection. So I tried, I'm tired, enough is enough. You give up. That's why many of us have given up on life.
We are just living.
We are just living.
We wake up, we do our things. And
that's why here my call is, this book will make you to move from a place simply surviving to a place of thriving. So that you don't simply survive, saying, after all, let me just stay. After all, I have this one, I will survive. It is coming from a place of, I tried and I failed, therefore, enough is enough. We've given up. Coming to the mindset of the present, we are using this bar of soap every day to wash. Others use it even to bathe, you know. But then what happens is, when we look at the mindset of the present, we look at the current circumstance. I really want to move on, but how?
How do I move on?
I really want to go, but look at my circumstance. I really want to marry, but no money.
No money.
I really want to marry, but my conditioning. I really want to, I really want to overcome and turn my dream into reality. This dream of mine, I really wanted to have this dream right from childhood. Even in the campus, I had this dream, but the dream is nowhere coming close. And we are looking at our current circumstances. Look at the finances you have right now. You look at the debts you have. You look at the things you have. All those things paralyze you. You are like, you know what?
I think
it's impossible. I can't. It is impossible. And this mindset also puts you to a place where you can't overcome that rejection and turn your dreams into reality. What will overcome and turn our dreams into reality is the perspective of the mindset of the future. The question you will ask yourself is, for example, if your dream was to get married, but you are going through rejections and you want to give up, the question is, how will your life be when you finally get married? That will begin to motivate you. How will your life be when you buy that car? That will begin to motivate you to work smarter and towards that dream. How will your life be when you finally build your home? And then you're finally having this. How will that life be? That will be the motivation for you. So that you are able to look beyond the frustrations of the past. You look beyond your current status. And you go for your dream.
On the future.
That's why if you look at chapter 1 of my story, Denial for My Bride, I had to deal with the 8 attempts that failed. Even after letting parents know, and then things fail, you're like, okay, I can still move on. I had to deal with that because my old thing, how will my life be when I am married? Especially, I pay all the dowry and whether in church. That was my thing. So when the 8 heartbreaks, all those ones failed me, I had to put them aside. I had to consider, okay, current status. I didn't have all the money. They wanted the 10 cows, 10 goats, 4 million. My family members said, if you're going, you go alone. Indeed, I went on my own. Okay. So why? Because of the joy I was looking at. The joy at the end of the day when I get married, what will it be like? If I finally get this dream done, how will it be for me? That motivates you. So when you have that mindset, dealing with that mindset, seeing rejection as protection helps.
All right.
So that you know that I was denied this job, I was denied by this girl, I was rejected here, but all these were just protection to protect me to what I am now in.
To what I'm going
to what
I'm
I
going
have
to aspire
become
for.
or to what I'm going to become.
True.
Having that perspective will be able to take you from a place of just crying and lamenting to a place of thriving and taking actions and achieving your dreams.
Mr. Daniel, thank you so much for being with us today. We have talked about rejection, and I think we need more time next time to really exhaust it. But Mr. Daniel, before you go, where can they get the book and whatnot?
Okay.
If they need to get a copy of the book, where can they get it from?
You can get a copy nowadays because of the COVID restrictions and all. One, if you get to Jumia, you will have it.
Okay.
At 30,000 only. You can also get to Angelina Bookshop. You can get yourself a copy.
All right.
You can also go to Enjoy Bookshop at Wandagea. You get yourself a copy.
Okay.
And a week from now, we are going to have it in our own bookshop up here.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
And then also those who are outside Uganda, they can get it on Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Powerful stuff. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Dritibi Daniel, who has been talking about overcoming rejection. I know many of you guys are thinking, I've been rejected a lot. And I hope now you are ready to turn your greatest dreams into reality. I hope now you've been empowered. I hope now you're looking, he used the pen. I hope now you're looking to the future. You've forgotten about...
In fact, let them write their dreams.
Yeah.
For those who didn't have the dreams, they can use their dreams. Let them pick their pens and write their dreams.
Start writing down your dreams and move on. We have talked about a lot. Be like JJ Okocha. Use your skill. Use your talent. Move on. Revamp yourself every single day. This has been Morning Glory. Enriching lives is what we do. I hope your life has been enriched today. And to continue enriching your life, next up is Step Up, where we encourage you. And for you who is looking to start a small business or whatever, find out from entrepreneurs who are making it work and Step Up with Emma K. Chitiwa. We are signing out now. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:45 a.m. See you tomorrow.
Brethren, yes we can.